Hey guys, I'm Tasha and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for helping me to get to 300 subscribers. I always want to say 3,000 subscribers, but that is definitely where I'm on my way to. But first, I got to get 400, 500, 1,000 subscribers, and that's only going to be through your support. So I appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing it with your friends and family. Even subscribing to my Instagram page and sending me messages through there. So thank you so much for your support. Last week I made a video, Hot Girl Summer, the 30-day challenge. Well, the summer is almost over, but we still want to get our money right. So today I'm going to be talking about, girl, get your money right. Now I had some guys that watched the channel and made comments, and I appreciate you guys for watching. So this is just not for girls, this is for girls and guys, because everybody wants to get their money straight. So before we get into how to get your money straight, let's go back to the 5 ways that I said that you could have a hot girl or a hot guy. The first thing is, girl, get your money right. Second, girl, get that body tight. Third, get your mind right. 4, girl, get some sleep. And 5, plan for your future. Now I want to give a shout out to 2 YouTubers that are amazing and they have great content. The first one is going to be Q Makes It Happen. Now, I actually learned this snowflake payment from Q. I never heard of it. And it's about, actually, you know how you might find it $20 on the side of the street, or maybe $10 in the dryer, taking all that extra money that you might have and putting it toward a payment on your debt. That's what the snowflake method is. So if you can hop over to his channel, it's called Q Makes It Happen. He has a great slogan for his channel. If Q can make it happen, you can make it happen. And it's just amazing. I definitely need to come up with my own slogan. But he has great energy and he is a very positive person. So go over to his channel if you can. Now, this next channel is Drew from No Debt But Love, and he talks about student loan debt, and he gives us like updates on his student loan repayments, where he went from about 80,000 to I think 16,000, and gives us topics on should you consolidate versus refinance, just giving us a lot of tools and tips on paying back our student loans. Now, he also wants us to live by Romans 13 and 8. And he has a fabulous slogan: be strong, fight on, and have no debt but love. So go over to his channel, subscribe, look at some of his videos. These are 2 great guys where they have really good content. They're very motivational and positive guys. And subscribe to their channel. So now we're going to talk about, girl or guy, get your money straight. And the first thing that you need to do to get your money straight is know how much money is coming in and going out. A lot of times we might say, well, we don't have enough money to do this or that. But if we really just sat down and wrote down how much money we have coming in and how much money we have coming out, we might be able to do a lot of the things that we think that we might not have to do. For instance, you guys, in my bedroom, I have, now don't judge me, I think it's about a 22-inch TV, and it's even mounted on the wall, y'all, so I think I'm fancy, but it's a 22-inch, like, box TV. I probably have had this TV for 14 years, so it's not a flat screen TV. And every year, I say that I'm going to get a TV for a new TV, like a flat screen, but I never do. And if I would just consider even how much money that I spend on snacks at work, just this one area, snacks at work, I'm sure that I have enough money to buy a TV, a flat screen TV, come Black Friday. I'm sure that I've spent about $200 from January probably 250 from January till August. I'm pretty sure that I've spent enough just on snacks at work to be able to buy a TV. Now, you can use that same analogy on any other area in your life. It might not be snacks, but it could be sneakers. It could be going out or whatever it is. After you know how much money is coming in and going out, next, you want to create a budget. Now, I know some people might feel like budgets are restrictive and can be burdensome, but I really feel like having a budget can help you to be able to do the things that you want to because you know how much money is coming in and going out. You know, sometimes people might say, well, I need to get a second job or I might need to get a side hustle. But if you actually sat down and wrote a budget, and let's say you took the last 3 months of your expenses and just put it into different categories to see how much money is coming in, maybe you could say, maybe I can cut the cable off, or I could cut this off, or I could cut that off, just to be able to create or make the goals that I have financially. And it might not even be that you need to cut anything off, but it might mean that you need to reallocate where your money is going. So a budget doesn't have to mean restrictive. It could just mean it could help me really see where my money is going. Now, there are different kind of budgets that you can create. You have a zero-based budget, to where you are budgeting down to the penny. You have a 50-20-30 budget where 50% of your money is going towards your housing expenses, 30% of your money is going towards, you know, some of the life expenses, and 20% of the money is going towards saving and maybe like debt repayment. Now, there's another budget rule that I just found out about, and this is an 80-10-10. I would say you're going to pay yourself first. 10%, you're going to pay yourself first. Second, you're going to put the other 10% towards maybe charitable contributions. And then third, the 80%, that's going to be towards your life, you know, your mortgage, your debt, and things of that nature. I'm really leaning more towards the 80-10-10 rule. I really like that. But you have to create the budget that's for you. Make it in a way that you're going to be able to keep going and, you know, not give up. Third, I would say, is to know what your credit score and your credit report says. Now, I have a video that I did previously where I do talk about your credit score, your credit report. So that's not something that you kind of want to run away from. You just want to get your report and know exactly what it says so that you can know, let's say you want to get a car, get an apartment, even get a house. You need to know what your credit report says so you're not blindsided and not able to get the things that you want to get in the future. And the fourth thing is to save. Now, this area could be different for each person and depending upon what you have going on in your life. They say that the average American cannot even deal with a $400 unexpected expense. So you want to make sure that you can put some money aside. But that is dependent upon, you know, what your income level is and what you have for your debt. So let's say you're following the Dave Ramsey plan. You know, he says to have $1,000 saved, but start where you can. So if that means starting at 100, 500, then after you get 500, 1,000. Then after you get 1,000, maybe you can do 3 months or 3 to 6 months. But that is all dependent upon you. Some people need that cushion because it makes them feel comfortable knowing that maybe I have 3 to 6 months of expenses in my bank. But while they still might have credit card debt. But then some people might only want to have $500 to $1,000 in their bank, but then they're paying their debt down. So you have to do what's good for you, but just make sure that you start somewhere. Now, fifth, but definitely not least, is do what works for you and don't give up. Hey, now you know we have Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, the Budgetnista, Michelle Singletary. We have several people. There's just information everywhere on how to get your money straight. But what I find is you have to do what's best for you. You have to pick and choose what you can do from the information that you're given to tailor it to your lifestyle, because you only know, let's say you get paid once a week or maybe bi-weekly or monthly. The rules are different for each area. So, for instance, Dave Ramsey. I love Dave Ramsey, but I don't agree with not having credit cards. I do think that your credit score is important, you know, to a certain extent, but you can use credit to benefit you. So I don't necessarily agree with that. So I have credit cards, but I still love Dave Ramsey. So you have to do the things that are beneficial and take the information that works for you. And don't give up. Hey, you know, just like with exercising, we'll say, oh, I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start tomorrow. Or let's say you're doing really good, but you get busy and then you kind of, you know, maybe you're not doing your budget or following it to the T like you normally do. Don't take that as you're just going to fall off the rails all the way. Just kind of take a step back and readjust yourself. It's nothing wrong with that. I know for myself, there are times where I follow my budget to the T, and then there are times where I don't. You know, just make sure that you are using the tools that are good for you. Like for me, I like using pen and paper to write my budget down, and I also have a Excel version that I like to put my budget in as well. But some other people might want to use another kind of software, and that's okay. You just do what's good for you and to where you can keep up with it. Listen, I hope these tips are beneficial to you. And I can say, you know, just even like a personal story, budgeting has always been beneficial to me. There was a time, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, where I was at one job and they were making some structural changes in the management program. And I ended up, my income dropped 26%. And I had a house, you know, I've been living in my house for 12 years this year. And for my income, you know, and it's just me. And for my income to drop 26%, you know, that was a huge blow. But by me actually having a budget in place at that time, while it was still a blow, it didn't really hinder me as much because I kind of already knew where my financial and my, you know, my expenses were. So I knew where I could maybe kind of cut back a little bit until I could get to where I needed to go. Well, you know, now I'm in a better, way much better place now. But that doesn't mean that you don't need a budget, because we all have heard of those times where there's a couple where both couples make well over 100K, and you know, they don't even know where their money is going. I don't know if you guys know Gail Val-Oxley. She used to have a show on, I can't think of what the name of it is right off the top of my head, but it was on CNBC, if I'm not making a mistake. And these couples, they were making pretty good money, but they didn't know where their money was going. So it doesn't matter how much money you have coming in. If you don't know where it's going, you can still be living check to check. So this Get Your Money Straight series is really just about creating the tools that you need to know where your money is going. So I hope that these tips have been helpful to you. Please put a comment, like, subscribe, or share it with a friend. Thank you so much for watching.